Now, guys, we just got done watching The Boys season 4, episode 5.
Yeah.
I actually felt like this episode was more of for a minute there, it was almost more like a standalone episode because it was more of character development and their storylines. But to see all the Compound V infected or the Temp V infected animals, that was that was fucking crazy with the sheep flying around and then the bull, and it just kept getting worse. But we also saw what happens when that the Temp V stays in your system for too long. We saw the rabbit, and the rabbit had that weird parasite thing coming out of its stomach, which is whatever that is likely what Butcher has inside of him. Ryan, what did you think of the episode?
It was fun. It was entertaining. It kind of felt a little bit like you said it was standalone. It kind of felt like a filler episode, but then also it felt like it was, like you said, it sort of further character development. It sort of kind of summed up some things and sort of showed you kind of where everybody is psychologically in the mix now, as far as like where everyone's head is in their current situations. The only thing I didn't like, it's and it had nothing to do with the production value or anything like that, but it was just like he fucking corrupted Ryan when he said when he said he wouldn't.
Yeah, and but Ryan being a kid, I also still feel like he's gonna catch on to that, and he's gonna start figuring out. You know what? Like, no,
he'll figure it out later, but he's kind of enjoying it now, and you see that in his face. He's like, hit him again. Well,
he's like, any kid when they get any kind of power over something, they're always like, this is cool, but he's gonna soon realize. I believe that he's gonna realize that this is not the right thing to do. Because he still has his mom's mentality. He even said, "I want to help people. That's what my mom would want me to do."
And he'll figure out that this isn't really helping people, And I think that Huey will get his clutches on him, and try to give a little bit of like clarity. But yeah, no, his dad fucking like murking everybody and all that shit. That was kind of that was fucking crazy. I didn't mean to bore you.
That was crazy. Wow.
Whatever, Ryan. Early morning. Sean, what did you think of the episode?
Definitely character development episode.
Yeah.
I think because we talked about some of this, especially for Huey, we talked about this when the mom showed back up and the dad, had the stroke, that we wondered what moral dilemmas it would put Huey in throughout the show. I mean, obviously we only got 3 episodes left after this, and it's going to be interesting to see if he bounces back from this, knowing he just had to literally kill his dad, right? Otherwise his dad just would have kept killing other people. So, I mean, I'm sure that wasn't easy for the character, but I think I'm thinking my prediction for Jeffrey Dean Morgan might be accurate.
No, I think it's very accurate.
Because that scientist looked over at him, he was kind of like, "What?"
He was like, "Who are you fucking talking to?"
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting to see, because even Butcher seems to be like he's losing it now a little bit more and more. Yeah. So,
well, I mean, it seems like the manifestations that he's seeing may be Jeffrey Dean Morgan or his wife. I think that is the parasite talking to him. And so that he's seeing it as a hallucination because it's able to attach itself to his brain. So,
and we got to see the parasite now from the rabbit, so we have an idea of what it looks like, even if that's it might be much larger in Butcher when it comes out, right? Enough to attack a full grown man and kill it. But at least we got to see something of what it might look like when it's exposed, right? So that was interesting. But yeah, I think it's definitely much more of a, as you both said, character development. Didn't feel much like a filler episode, but definitely a standalone. I was surprised to see Stan Edgar back. I wonder if it, that was a bit of a surprise.
And
he was done with the Mandalorian, so he's free.
He's freed up now. But he went back to jail at the end of the episode because they didn't find the virus.
No, he didn't. No, his daughter saved him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then she popped his head, and she took him with her. Yep. And so now who knows what they're going to go do together. That was pretty crazy. But overall though, I thought it was a cool episode. I like the fact that they even though they don't like each other, they had to work together to figure out a way to kill all those animals. He's like,
what do we think about Frenchie turning himself in?
I think Frenchie needs to die.
I have
I'm so
been-
sick of his character. I am.
I can agree with Andre, and then like not this season so much, but the last season, when he was like mon cœur, mon cœur, mon cœur, I was like, shut the fuck up, dude.
His
And-
character has been, for the most part, pretty annoying when it comes to like his storyline, and it's one that like I don't even care about. Even
Yeah, it's like
when he was
he's not
fucking
gonna
the
be in
other
jail for
guy,
too long.
I don't care. Like I don't.
When
But
they find
it's-
out where he is, they'll bust him out, and it's like, oh, okay, and then he'll be like, no, but I belong here, like.
Well, and it's crazy is his character didn't start off like this in the first, especially in the first season. I mean, he played a much bigger, more pivotal role to the group, and it just seems like as the seasons have gone on, he's played less and less of a role, and he's taken more of a back seat. And now, I mean, he's just turning.
He's
now
just kind of
himself.
there. He's
Yeah,
just kind of
exactly.
like, yeah, okay, so this is the mission. All right, I'm here.
Yep.
I'll hold a gun.
Well, because if you remember in the first episode, what was the he was a member of the Seven. He had the translucent, wasn't that his name?
Yeah,
And they figured out how to kill him. I mean, Frenchie played a big role in that whole aspect of in those first few episodes. But now he's just there. And now he's not. Now he's in jail. So I mean, who knows? He may not even make it out of the season. He may just be one of those ones.
He may not,
your
but
time
he
has
probably
come.
will. Yeah,
he probably will because he's one of the originals.
Yeah,
like you're never gonna see Huey die. You're never gonna see. I mean, you'll see Butcher die, but I mean, you're not gonna see. What's Kamiko? She's not gonna fucking die.
Well, she can't really die anyway.
Yeah, but I'm just saying she's not gonna die.
She can die is if she gets
even with the
apart.
virus stuff. But with the virus, that virus, she'd be able to die if they get her injected with that virus.
If they do it like fucking clean sweep and just like kill everybody except for Ryan, there you go.
No. Kimiko's got to live. She's got to survive this whole thing.
I still think that Ryan is still going to become the hero at the end of this. If not, then I think that he's going to be the one that eventually that ends up killing Homelander.
And then takes over as the new Homelander.
Yeah, he's the only one strong enough to do so. But I don't think he'll fall for that and go back and be a puppet for Vought.
Yeah,
okay?
We're back.
Well, he might just go out and be his own villain because I don't know. He starts. I mean, that one scene right there to Ryan, your point earlier. I mean, he talked about I don't want to manipulate. I've been manipulating, my whole life, and now he's manipulating Ryan in that one scene right there.
Yeah,
and Ryan
right
was like,
there.
and Ryan's like, oh, I can do this and get away with it. Well, hell yeah, because I have powers too, while I drink my milkshake.
And we really haven't seen his powers on display ever. Last time we saw it was when he pushed that guy into the building. Next time, push me. I can take it.
I can take it.
He's like it's splattered on the wall.
But even after, I mean, but see, the thing is, even after that, he was found in the apartment crying. Yeah. Then we didn't see him for all episode. Now he's back, and it seems like now he's. Because even when they were sitting in the office and he didn't want to do that, you started to see that different version of him coming out like, no, I'm not going to do what I'm being told to do. Mm-hmm. And then Homelander's like, it seems like Homelander's taking a different approach on how to manipulate him to get him to do what Homelander wants him to do, which is be like him and not take crap from anybody.
So I at first I thought, hey, you know what? Homelander went in the last episode. He went on this existential journey, and he's sort of like trying to become a better father or whatever for Ryan, but it's just like it's not. He's a douche through and through, and he can never change his fucking ways.
Yeah.
He can't learn from it. He can't, because when he was having that that conversation with him, like, no, hey, yeah, I want you to speak your mind. I want you to do this. Don't feel bad, for all that or whatever. I was like, oh yeah, cool. I think he's learned something, but no, he ain't learned shit. And then Ashley, dude, she's fucking annoying. She's been annoying for a long time. I'm glad that she had that one little moment, where, she got the other guy in trouble or whatever. But it's like, her dropping the deuce in Homelander's toilet. That was weak. Her, just her being there is just really, she's annoying. She's just annoying. I'm like, why hasn't Homelander killed her? He doesn't respect her. He doesn't like her. I would have fucking lasered her already. Well, she doesn't serve a really a purpose or like, and there's no threat of like, if he kills her, what's the repercussions? Nothing.
Well, up until this season, up until Sister Sage came into the play, she was kind of the face, right? She was the CEO, and he was
definitely,
using
but
her.
even last season, I was tired of her. I was like,
No, I get it, but I
Oh,
think now
yeah.
with Sister Sage there, to your point, she's no
Yeah.
longer the face of the company. Now she's just kind of again one of those characters that have kind of lost their place, right?
and Sister Sage is turning out to be not as smart as she thought.
Yeah,
You know, it's like her manipulations are, you know, the you know, when she tries to come over and like, you know, spend things to people or whatever, it just feels to me like it's not really, she's not really still playing chess. She's sort of like, well, that didn't work. Let me try this, you
Yeah.
know? So I don't know if like every time that, you know, she fucking, you know, scrambles her brain, it just doesn't come back better or smarter or anything like that. Is, you know, she that might be something that happens with her, you know?
that'd be interesting. What if to the point where if she does it, you know, so many times, or maybe next time she does it, she loses that ability. Now she's not like she's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, and maybe she's trying to like fake it, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it
And
till you-
then you know, she proves to not be useful anymore, and then she dies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like a one and done season.
Yeah, well, she's definitely the what was that lady from the other season that died? Second season, Stormfront. Stormfront. She's definitely the Stormfront of this season.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but he kind of needs her around because she's the one who handles all the VOT bullshit, and so that's all she really does. She's just the face of VOT for the media. And
You're talking about Ashley?
Yeah. So she kind of just
No, we're talking about
that.
Sister Sage.
Well, at the same time, Sister Sage is not going to be able to fucking. She's like, I think she's in over her head. That, or she's letting the pressure get to her because all of a sudden she's not as conniving as she used to be, and I don't get why.
Well, I'm wondering if even a bot or even the 7 even make it out come in intact by the end of this season and going into next season. It's just kind of, you know, everyone for themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where VOD's no longer around. The 7's either broken up or so many of them have been now killed. There's only a few of them left. Now it's just every man for himself.
Yeah.
Which
and
interesting to see.
What was that one guy, Tech Knight? Almost oh no, it's the Batman.
Well, with
the Nirvana reference and shit, and I was like,
well, he's a detective. That's his whole thing. Is that he's a detective.
Batman.
He was in Gen V,
and then they were doing the reshoots of the reshoots. Phase 9,
so it's got to be good.
All those phases that they had up there on the board.
It's funny because Tech Knight, even though he's a soup, in reality he's not. He has like a tumor on his brain that allows him to have all these abilities. I forgot they figured that out in Gen V, that like he's actually full of shit. He's not actually a soup, but he comes across as one because he has abilities, but it's all detective abilities. You know, he can sense, you know, if you're nervous, your blood, you know, he has all kinds of crazy senses. So
yeah.
So it was interesting to see him again, to see the other two from Gen V. They were there. And if you watch that, then you'd know that like the main characters are still locked away, probably at Godolphin University, while these two are acting as if they are the heroes when they weren't. They were actually killing people, which is pretty crazy. So we haven't figured out how they were able to convince the world that, you know, they were the heroes, not the villains. And I didn't notice if Kate Dunlap had a prosthetic arm, because I remember at the end of Gen V, she got her arm ripped off, and so I was trying to see if she had her arm back, but I didn't quite catch it. I'll have to check it out later.
It looked like she did. It looked like
she did.
Yeah,
it's probably an alternate universe,
an alternate multiverse.
The multiverse.
See, well, hey, the way
a water bottle.
The way that board looked with all those phases and movies, there was definitely a multiverse up there somewhere.
Like phases 16 through 19 or whatever it was. I was like, oh my
god! I was like, it was a double slide. It was like a slide to Marvel, but also DC.
Well, there was like 70 movies up there at least they were working on.
Well, I mean, the whole thing was essentially like a D23. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
So it was a total play off of that, and I like how each one of them had like their own movie. You know?
Yeah,
they were in Hall H, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, totally. But overall, though, I thought it was a cool episode. Definitely more of a character development episode, and to kind of you can argue it was a filler episode, but either way, I thought it was still good though.
Yeah, because I mean, they went to the farm and they ended up not getting what they needed anyway. It was just sort of like, okay, well, the mission was unsuccessful. And to
Well,
me,
but
that's
they do
you know,
know, but they do now know, at least Butcher and then the rest of the group know that virus does work. It's just a matter of getting more of it because they
Yeah.
used it on the animals and the
Yeah.
animals died. So now, because when they were injecting that body, you saw the look on Butcher's face, but then once the animal started dying, Butcher then realized, well, because I mentioned where's Butcher at, and we saw him just very briefly, and then that was it. Obviously, then he disappeared, got the scientist guy, chopped his leg off, hit him. So now he knows the virus works. So now,
that's the leg.
Yeah, that
they
was the
gave
leg.
to- I was like,
Yep.
oh, okay.
And
I was like, that's fucking.
I was like, wait a minute,
my
that
fucking leg.
yeah, it's like that cut looks too clean for an animal to have ripped it off.
I mean, where did he find time to grab him, take him into the room, get a saw, tie him up?
He managed to do it. But now Butcher knows. I mean, they all know, but now Butcher really, okay, this virus works. I gotta get more of it made. I gotta get him to do it. Now I can use it on Homelander or whoever to take him out. So
yeah.
Because looking at the last 3 episodes, looking at the names of them, like for example, the next one's called Dirty Business. Number 7 is called The Insider. That's interesting. But the last one's called Assassination Run. So that's.
I thought that the next one was going to be day and then followed by night.
And then that would be followed by
inevitable.
But no, I thought it was a cool episode, so definitely check that out. But and guys, I want to announce a big announcement for the channel. We just a few days ago we passed 1 million views on this channel. So thank you to everyone who watches the channel. But yeah, we passed 1 million views. I was like, holy shit, how did that happen?
Which video?
What's that? No,
in total.
In total views.
Okay.
Total views.
Okay.
Yeah, not one video. Yeah, it was our Acolyte is Trash video. 1 million views.
Guys, check that out. It's very.
Repeat
right
that
now
formula.
we're sitting at.
I tell you, man. I ranted for like 10 minutes, and he caught the tail end of it, in that little clip. But it's pretty funny. Go check out the 4 Nerds.
For us that were there, we all just we're all just gonna sit back and we're gonna let this ride out.
I was like, ride the snake. In living color, people will know what I'm talking about.
I don't think anyone outside of this panel will know what that is. I think we just aged ourselves.
Yeah, I did.
Well, he's really good at that too.
With you.
Although it's crazy, like this show is so over the top. Like sometimes I just can't help but laugh at the shit that's happening on screen. You're just like, oh my god. And then they fucking what's her face framed the news anchor as the mole, but it didn't seem like did it feel like Sister Sage knew that was fake?
Well, she knew it was A-Train. She knows it's A-Train. That's why she was like, I can't see how this ran out of here or some shit like that. It's just like trying to do this low key pun that was like, okay, I don't know who wrote that, but okay.
Well, she was trying to be obvious because she wanted him to freak out.
Yes.
And then make a
mistake. She doesn't. But I don't think she
mistake.
knows that Ashley's involved because Ashley doesn't know about Sister Sage. She just knows about A-Train, which is why they framed the anchor guy.
And that's what I'm thinking that every time she fucks with her brain, it just does not come back, fully. I mean, she's still super smart, but just not as smart as she was.
I mean, definitely when she gets done scrambling it, because she's all about getting with deep. So
she's like, do me in the butt.
Do me in the butt.
After having fried pickles.
The bloomin' onion, is that what they had?
That's what they had the first time, and then the second time she got some fried pickles from some place. I can't remember the name of the place, but
fried pickles.
And the Deep is still a piece of shit. He's like,
I love
that
he got fucking wife. Told. He got told like right there.
Like, you wouldn't. Yeah, he immediately folded. I was like, oh my god,
that was it.
I don't have to hold my breath.
And that was fucking gross. He was like, I don't have to hold my breath through all her juices. I was like, oh.
Yeah. No, that was hilarious.
It was funny
when
as hell.
he just got told right after that.
Right after that.
God, you such a fucking pussy.
Right away. You wouldn't. He like completely fell for it and just caved.
Crumbled. Like, oh god, that was funny.
Jesus,
but that's his character. I mean, he's been doing that since day one. Yeah. So
I still think that somehow, some way, at the end of the show, I think the Deep is just gonna. He's not gonna die. He's gonna. He's
I
gonna
think
live.
he's
He's
just
gonna take over
live.
the 7. Homelander will leave or be dead. Ryan will not want anything to do with it, and Deep will take over.
I like how whenever he has a story, and it wasn't in this episode, but throughout all the seasons, whenever he tries to tell a story about like a sea animal, like, oh man, I met these barracudas, they were so funny. Shut the fuck up. Listen, you know what I mean? Like nobody ever gives a shit about his stories. Like, oh, all right.
No, I think the one part for him that stands out to me is when he tried to save the dolphin and ended up killing the dolphin.
Oh,
Right
in
through the
the
windshield,
van or the truck.
He went
Yeah.
right through the van's
Well,
windshield.
he did the same thing with the fucking the whale.
Yep, the whale as well. Yep.
And then they fucking ran into it and impaled it. You know, like, oh.
Every time he tries to save an animal, ends up dying. Like,
He always
dead.
fucks up.
'cause we
He
still
always
don't.
fucks up.
I'm still convinced he has not cleaned the tank for the octopus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he likes it dirty.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the octopus in what, 2 episodes now?
Yeah. 2 episodes,
Yeah, it's been 2
well, it could
episodes.
might be
So
already dead.
maybe. I think we're gonna get one last scene with the octopus where she's gonna be basically begging for her life, and she's gonna be the equivalent
Somebody's
of,
gonna be like threatening her life, like maybe even Homelander.
No, I think he'll come in there and it's like
cook
as
her.
if you've had somebody shackled in a dungeon for a long time where she's dirty. She's basically begging him to let her out, you know, and
Yeah.
he's probably gonna end up just killing her, or somebody's gonna find her. Like you
Yeah,
were
somebody's
saying,
gonna find
Homelander.
her.
Well, wasn't
Yeah.
there an episode where Homelander made him eat like one of the?
Yeah, it was Timothy.
Yeah. You never know. He doesn't say. Yeah, that's right. It was
That's Timothy. He's begging for his
Yeah,
life.
kids.
He's just like
kids.
num.
His wife at the time was like, "Eat the fucking squid" on the phone. She's all telling him to. I think that I think he's gonna do something, and I think Sister Sage is probably gonna be the one that exposes the squid, and then that's when he's gonna reveal to Homelander like, "Hey, something about her
Yeah.
brain." You know,
Yeah.
Like, he'll be like, "Oh." So
Yeah.
we'll see how that kind of plays out.
And then he's gonna laser her brain.
He'll laser the brain until there's
Laser
nothing
the
left.
brain.
Or he'll have Ryan do it. You never know.
You never know. You never know. You never
Look
know.
at the size of that dog.
And he's not even the biggest one.
Oh.
Wookiee Jedi. Where is he? Wookiee Jedi. What a fucking joke. that
He's
was.
night. He took some what was it, not compound
He took some
V, but
NyQuil. He took some NyQuil.
Just a slice across the belly. And
That's all it
do
took. I
It looks
thought
like-
they
it
smelled
looks like it's
bad on
only,
the
like-
outside.
It almost looks like it's only fur deep. It's like it's all
Yeah,
the way
I
to the
know.
fur. but
It's
then a little
not.
scratch.
It's not a deep cut.
That's what I'm saying. It's
He cut fucking 20 X-23 like fucking 3 times.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, but not to change the subject to Star Wars, but if she can fucking like go toe to toe with this acolyte, and she can fucking like best, what's her fucking name, Trinity?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sorry, how is May even a fucking, like May fucking killed Trinity, and how I don't know, man. The power dynamic is like you're so
It
fucking
didn't make any
awesome.
sense. It didn't make
And
any
you're a
sense.
Padawan, and you're better than the knight that got, you're better than a Jedi Knight.
Well,
Not just
not
sword
that,
play?
but it's like
Not
you
just
beat
one.
a Jedi Knight in the first episode, yet when fucking Smilo Ren is trying to
I thought she was I thought Trinity was a master.
she is, but what I'm saying is that like
Yeah.
when Smilo Ren was trying to get her in this last episode, all she kept doing was running. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, why didn't you stop and fucking fight? You just killed a fucking Jedi.
But if X-23 can best May, then X-23 is better than fucking Trinity.
I don't know.
She's
Yeah,
better than a
probably.
master.
But she didn't even
Fucking
do
crazy.
anything. Like May had a lightsaber, not even ignited, just on her, and she got knocked over. And X-23 was like, "Oh, you took the Wookiee Jedi's fucking lightsaber."
He
so-
took
and
his
so then she
lightsaber.
took
I
it.
could tell.
And then that's when fucking Smilo Ren showed up and was like, "Oh!" And then they started
Wait,
fighting.
Andre, what was he like again?
"Ah!" And then
Someone clip that.
as soon as he lands,
Somebody
Soul
clip that.
and fucking X-23 start fighting him. And what does May do? She turns
Run.
around and runs. I was like, why did you fucking help them? Like she would have jumped in and been like, "Here, give me a
I'm sorry,
lightsaber. I'll
but
help you
both
guys out."
May and Osha like had nothing
Useless.
to do
Useless.
with the damn story at all.
When fucking OSHA wakes up and she's like, oh, all disorientated, and they're having this epic battle behind the trees. And then you get to the Jedi and they're all getting fucking massacred and they're getting fucking skewered by discount Ezra Miller.
Skewered.
And some of them had their batteries go dead on their sabers. So
and there's like some stupid ass explanation for that because of the metal that is on his mask. And I was like, that's fucking dumb. Nobody knows that except people that fucking like have read some stupid Disney fucking.
But see, the problem with
bullshit.
that is that like
So
you
dumb.
put in something that was canon in Legends and also canon in like the Darth Vader comic,
Yeah.
but you don't do that for anything else. You know what I mean? It was like that's something you do.
Well,
if,
also
like, everything was canon.
His helmet the force can go one way. Like,
Yeah.
he can get in other people's heads, but nobody can get into his helmet because he's Magneto.
Yeah, because fucking the dude with the dreadlocks was like, oh, he's unlike anything I've seen before. He gets in your head and he puts things in your head and distracts you. And then later on, when Soul was like, take off your mask, he's like, why? Let you read my mind? And I was like, wait, hold on a minute. So it's only one way.
It only goes
so you
one
can
way.
read their mind, but they can't read yours. So that's how the metal. That doesn't make any sense. It's almost like they wrote that and they were like, yeah, but no one's gonna catch on.
No
to
one's
that.
gonna
Okay,
catch
yeah,
on.
let's go.
Actually,
Hey,
let's go
nobody
one
did.
further. Let's fucking superimpose his fucking big ass helmet on the screen, like like holy shit.
Wait, Ryan, what was it like again?
No. If you didn't,
But
clip
it was
you
so
can't get it.
dumb. It was like, May, where are you going? It was just
Yeah,
like, what the
you
fuck
betrayed
is
me.
this?
Come back. Imagine,
like-
I was telling Andre, imagine if fucking like remember that interaction between Luke and Vader at the end of Empire Strikes Back when Vader was like Luke and he was like Father. But if like the Vader helmet just kind of came up on the screen like Luke, I'm like, oh shit.
Well, and Luke's response was kind of
He gets in your head.
He gets in your head. It's too much. It was just dumb. The whole show was fucking dumb.
How many episodes are left? 3?
Oh god,
Three.
Who cares?
3, yeah.
There should only be
that's
one
right, 'cause
left.
They've
And-
done 8. They're doing 8 total. Yeah,
And
that's
not
right.
only that, it's like, and Ryan pointed this out, and it's so obvious at this point that the Green Lady is
He's the master.
yeah, she's the master of discount.
She might
Ezra
not
Miller.
even be a Sith. He was like, some might call me Sith.
I know that was the worst delivery. He was like,
It was
some might call
so
me
stupid.
a Sith. Like, what?
Or he's like, wait, hold on. It's like, hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Because
That's it. Yeah, that's
and
right.
this is
Soul's like,
they're sort
What
of.
did
and
you
I-
say? I could not hear you.
Why does he have to talk like that?
Now do
What
I fool
say
them?
you? But
He's with the Trade
I think
Federation.
what they'll do, this is their sort of out, is they're gonna say, well, he didn't really claim to be a Sith, and the green chick isn't a Sith, so Ki-Adi-Mundi's, his statement is still true.
Well, you don't
We
got to
didn't
worry
break
about
canon.
that. You don't got to worry about that because Leslie Headland not really announced, but she talked about it today that like she's like, man, we put everything into season 1 and we still have things that we're
Season
gonna put
2.
into season 2. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, so I guess we're gonna have a season 2 now, which means that this story is going to continue. And because
Ryan
of that,
Johnson is coming back to fucking direct that.
dude, I'm telling you right now, because of the backlash of this season, they're gonna be like, hey, make sure that we make sense of the Ki-Adi-Mundi being there, so he can't know about it. Okay, yeah, and they'll make sure to put a scene in where
Nobody uses Jedi mind tricks in this world.
Well, how did? Here's my thing. How did Soul not even know that was May and not OSHA? You think
Yeah,
he'd be
yeah,
able
he's
to
like,
sense the force
"Oh."
in her, like, oh wow, you're
Well,
you're
we
not
are- we
fucking-
are- well,
He's
so
like,
the-
no,
the only
I
def-
see you have a proper haircut.
So the only
the problem-
defense I'll give to that is we don't know that he doesn't know. He may know.
Oh,
and
he
just-
didn't know, dude.
But
He
if
I
he
was-
don't know, wait,
knew-
hold on, wait,
but
guys, hold on,
if
hold
he
on,
knew
hold on.
he left,
Hear me out.
Does he look like a bitch?
He left her on the planet to die
I
or
get
to get
that.
eaten
I
by these
totally-
fucking worm tree things.
I get that. I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm
Worm
not, I'm not
tongue.
against. We're on the
Worm
same
tongue.
page here. We're in the same book here. Okay. I'm just saying it's possible that he knows it's not her because they haven't left the planet yet. They're
They
still
haven't
there.
left the planet. I'll
But
give
we
you
don't.
that.
I mean, he could easily. Yeah.
And
I got this one. We got the one we came for. Lock her
the
up.
green
Now let me go
head,
back
the,
and
the
get-
green
and
head
get
lady
Ray.
has to have her Jedi whip, her light whip, because she uses it on that planet from the trailers.
Yeah.
She has a
Yeah.
fucking whip.
So she's probably gonna show up.
She's
there,
gonna show up and
What
like
are you
fucking-
doing here?
and
And
wreck.
then they're gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm the
Or
bad
show
guy.
up
She's
and
the
then
real
show up
threat.
and be like, yeah, I'm the real threat. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what I'm gonna
Khalil,
say.
yes.
Yeah, Khalil, no, Khalil, no.
It's gonna be what
I
it
don't
is.
want that.
Like
And
my wife is the director. No, is the not the director, but the fucking showrunner.
Oh, I posted that today because and people getting all up in arms. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I was
Well, of
just like,
course they do
it's-
because they're like, oh god, logic. Oh, I hate logic.
they're like, I like
Oh.
watching the Acolyte and just having fun like
Believe
this.
it or not, I'm walking on air.
That's what they want to see. That's what they want to see.
That's
They just want to see
that's
some
what it is. It's
googly
all-
goggly bullshit.
It's all just flashy Jedi, boom, 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 and that's it. It doesn't fucking matter anymore.
And it's like when Soul found fucking May, who he thought was OSHA, he had no idea. His reaction was like this.
Oh my god! Wow! Oh my god!
He's like,
like,
let's
"You
go back to the ship. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Get to the ship.
Get to
And then she's get to the chopper. And then she's like, she brings it up. He's like, there is a story I need to tell you. I was like, oh, okay. So he's gonna reveal the story.
Yes.
Okay. He's
About how
probably-
all the witches laid down very calmly and peacefully on the floor. They did not get burnt to a cinder like you were told.
I don't know, dude.
I think
Somebody-
I think
somebody-
Smilo Ren was there with the witches on that.
I don't
day
think he
that
was
they
there
did
at
the
all.
stupid thing.
I don't think
And,
he wanted or
he
had
turns out
anything
he's
to do
their
with
father.
that. No, I don't think he had anything to do with that, nor does he
It
want to have
wasn't.
anything
I
to do
think
with
that the Green Jedi lady was there.
Yeah, the Green Jedi. I think
Yeah.
she's the one that
She
laid
was
waste
cloaked.
to everybody.
She was clothed.
She was cloaked.
And again, none of those fucking Jedi Masters could sense her.
Nope.
Because she did what? Well, okay, and that'll be the only thing that I can give him a little caveat. Because when you had Palpatine and he was hanging around the Jedi Masters, he was able to cloak his presence or whatever. So they'll say something like that. They'll be like, "Well, Palpatine did it.
Yeah, Lord
Palpatine came after her, so Palpatine."
Sam
kinda learned it
Jackson,
from her."
Mace Windu, he even admitted it. There was a Sith beneath our nose, right under our noses. It was kind of like okay, but it's like we've already seen that the Jedi allowed
Evil.
that to happen because of their overconfidence, and now you're doing the same thing all over again, but doing it in the past. It's kind of like something else. You need a different idea, a different approach.
Well, they're I think they're running out of ideas. And like we said earlier, the reason why they're not going to make any more shows like Andor is because that's not geared to kids. Because
Well, neither is this. I mean, you got guys
no,
getting
no,
their
no.
necks
It's
snapped.
geared to kids because it's all flashy fucking shit. And you got Osha, which is a young lady, and so people they're hoping that people are going to resonate with her just because she's young, she's youthful, and
shit.
the whole stupid thing about her fucking tattoo is going to come into play. Like, oh,
They showed the arm tattoo like immediately.
Yeah.
It was like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah.
tattoo that didn't. And not only
I
that,
thought
but
she was going to be naked.
fucking May has that fucking swirl on her goddamn forehead. Like you can't see that. Like come on,
It's like
you
the
couldn't
spit
sense
curl.
that with the Force. You couldn't be like, you're not who I think you are. You know what I mean? And then you got fucking Smilo Ren, who's a very strong Force user, has no fucking clue. And not only that, but he can Force heal. At the end, he was Force healing her. I was like, oh, there we go. So Rey is not very special because anyone can do it now.
And you said something pretty funny earlier about how he was like, like in the previous episodes, like maybe episode 1, episode 2, I don't remember because I don't care. But he was on that rock and he like ignited his lightsaber for no fucking reason. He's like,
She's like, Master, and he's like, oh, we're gonna win.
We're gonna
And that
rule
was
with
it.
respect.
I was like, so like when that after the scene, like if you were to be there, he'd be like,
He was just making sure the batteries were still working.
Oh my
thing
god!
works
Yeah,
really
he just
well,
wanted to
doesn't
make
it?
sure that it wasn't going to go out during his fight.
But that's the thing is that like it was red, and so you're like, okay, that's a Sith.
Yeah,
And then they're
yeah.
like, oh, there's no Sith. You might call me
No Sith
the
here.
Sith. No shit. We saw in the first episode. Oh, when you see his face. Oh, it's you? Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. We knew that from a long time ago. Like, come on. This is terrible writing. It's nothing is a secret. It's
You know,
a
the
joke.
person that came up with Freetown is the writer for this show.
This here's Freetown. All right, look, we're talking about The Boys, and we're done talking about. I don't want to keep going on about fucking
We
Star
can't-
Wars.
We can't really say anything negative or really critique the boys.
I think the boys conversation about 15 minutes ago.
It did, because you know what? You know what they're gonna fucking do? Disney Star Wars. They're gearing up for the Mandalorian movie where they're gonna unleash this. Fucking a
That's gonna be a
Mando,
thing. That is going to
And a
be
Yoda.
a Grogu Fett.
This is the way.
This is the way. Boom, 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 boom. So we'll see what happens, man. You got dead Wookiee Jedi. It's like-
Wookiee Jedi.
and again, it's
It is. We need to change DC to fucking Star, Wars.
You need to put the star in the wars in the corner and make it what the fuck. Star Wars, what the fuck? That's what we need. We need this in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars, what the fuck? That's where
That's
we're at.
amazing.
That's where we're at right now. So
I think that's where we've been at. I think we've been there for quite a while. They've
I-
thrown some good things, you know, the Mandalorian, Ahsoka, you know, some good things here and there, but for the most part, man, and Andor, fucking Boba Fett. What else? What else did they fucking?
I mean,
release?
look, they've had good projects, but like, yeah, Boba Fett sucked. Mando season 3, I thought
Season
was a little
3 wasn't
lousy.
good.
I mean, like fucking Giancarlo Espinosa, whatever. He showed up in a fucking Iron Man suit. It was like, what the fuck are we doing here? Remember that in that mine or whatever, that base? Remember Moff Gideon. He had the whole suit. It was like Iron Man.
Right, that the scene they fly now because I was like, okay, so you say this in fucking episode 9 of Star Wars, which is supposed to be like fucking I don't know, God, it's just so stupid. I don't know. I
don't want to talk about this anymore. It's dumb.
I'm done.
It's just a waste of breath, a waste of air, waste of life right now.
Because
then-
God, because Moff Gideon is supposed to be there right after fucking Return of the Jedi, right? And fucking, you know, Poe Dameron in fucking episode 9 is surprised that these motherfuckers fly. And I was like, are you what? Like, you've never had a jetpack fucking trooper? And they've had space troopers. They've had jetpacks since fucking Clone Wars.
Yep.
So Disney Star Wars is just asinine.
It really is.
They don't care about the property like they should. They don't treat it with
I
an ounce
thought-
of respect. They just want to get something out there that's flashy, and hopefully the kids will enjoy it.
I thought you had a really good point the other day when you said that we were talking about the stupid intro.
Oh God!
I was like, what is that? And then when you compare that to the MCU entrance,
Yeah.
I love what you said. You were like, it shows like with the MCU, it's like they're fucking proud.
They're proud of what they've created. They want to
it's-
show it off, and they make it. They cater it to each show, as far as
Yeah.
what they put in there or whatever. And they, even for the Black Panther movie, they made it purple and all. I mean, it's all you have to do is fucking tint the thing, but it doesn't matter. It's still it looks like they care, like Marvel Studios 20 years or some bullshit like that, and just you see the Star Wars thing with these like really low res 3D models, and it's just so underwhelming, and they play it in front of every show, and it's like this
It's a
doesn't get me
reminder.
excited.
You're like, it's a reminder of that this shit sucks. Here it is right here. Here we go. I'm done.
Only to show you a bunch of characters that literally have nothing to do with the show.
It's so bland. It's so heartless.
Yeah.
Well, it's like what we talked about earlier, right? Before we even start offline is they're not making you don't care. Like
You don't
the
care.
characters you don't care about, and they're not
Yeah.
written for you to start caring about. At least, for the ones that aren't willing to die on a Star Wars hill, I should say. Those ones
I mean,
will care, or they'll
the-
portray, right? So
the fact that we're going to get a season 2 of the show is preposterous. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
Well, and that's definitely a problem. What they're doing is they're looking at the amount of people that are watching the show, and they're just like, oh, this is a hit.
well, maybe the zombie apocalypse will happen before then. We won't have to worry about a season 2.
well, no, it's just like
The zombies
it's
will be in the
crazy
show.
that
They
they're
probably would be.
like the metrics they're using is it's getting a lot of views, it's getting a lot of traction.
Yeah.
Zombie
People are
Jedi.
talking about it, but they're talking about it in the most
Zombie
negative
Jedi.
way. Zombie Jedi.
Gone are the days of fucking anything. Fucking anything good. You know what? I do like the little beaver guy. There he is.
There he is.
There he is. But yeah, I like the little beaver. I think he's cool.
He was cool. That's and you say what you want, but to me, like that's Star Wars. His character, like when they revealed him, the way they revealed him, like, or the way they brought him on out of the ship, and he started sniffing. I was like, oh, see, that's cool. Like I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But that's the most original thing they've done yet. I mean, look, the lightsaber fight was badass. I love the choreography. I love seeing it, but the story surrounding that lightsaber fight, garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, if this was an animated series, I would give it the benefit of the doubt and be like, okay, it's animation, but
Sure.
it's when you're doing this kind of shit in live action,
And you have
it
trees
doesn't
defying
work.
the laws of
I
physics.
saw that too. I saw
Right? I mean, come on.
and they all fell the other way. It was like, well, why didn't they just slide down?
Yeah. You would think.
You
would think, but they're just like.
And when he threw his saber, it like traveled for like a mile by the time it caught up to her.
I was like, that rivals Master Yoda.
I was gonna say, man, the San Francisco Giants need to sign him because that was a great throw.
He throws it there. I was like, Jesus Christ.
He's like,
And
I
then
just
Soul
sure
comes
hope it
out of
doesn't go out of
nowhere.
range.
A soul comes out of nowhere, and he kind of hits it. You're just like, well, where the fuck were you at?
He's
All your
like, I've
fucking
been here the
friends-
whole time.
Yeah, all your friends got fucking skewered.
He was having a spot of tea.
He
off
must
to the
have been
side.
knocked out. And then not only that, but like all these Jedis are getting fucking murdered by Discount Ezra Miller or Smilo Ren. And then after all of them die, after all the randos get killed off, and then all of a sudden it shows inside the hut, and fucking May is in there with the dead Wookiee Jedi, and she's looking out the window like,
Yeah.
I gotta do something. I'm like, dude, the whole time that they were getting fucking killed, you were just sitting in the hut watching. Like,
She's like,
Is it secret? Is it safe?
it's like you could have came out and gave him a hand. They might have been like, okay, cool, let's keep her alive. Let's go.
She's killed two Jedi that we know of.
She was
and
looking
she
out
wants
that
a pardon.
window. She was looking out that window like, man, it's getting crazy out there.
Well, it's like, look, if
She's
you were
like,
gonna
I'm
get
gonna need
away,
to cut my hair.
if you were gonna escape, if you were gonna get away while they're having a fight with 7 Jedi, I'd be like, okay, now I'm gonna run.
Now's the
the
time.
time.
She's like, oh, now that they're all dead, now I'm gonna come out. It's like so stupid. It's like, what? And like, I'm sorry, people were like, oh, you're really nitpicking the show. I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to. There was nothing I saw in The Boys that made me want to nitpick the show. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric Kripke writes this stuff out. He you can tell it's all planned out. It all makes sense. It all connects. Is some of the stuff cheesy? Yeah, at times it is, but it's all in good fun. With Star Wars, it's just like, oh my god, it's this show in particular. This is the worst written and planned show that I've ever seen out of Star Wars. This is god
Well,
awful.
get ready for.
We got 3
season
more
2.
weeks of this shit.
3 more
I
weeks.
love
And then you
that.
got season
Yeah.
2 coming at some point.
Yeah, they're like,
And the
hey,
season
we want the
2.
same writer. Let's go.
Which means that they're not going to wrap this shit up at the end of the season.
Nope.
It's probably going to end on a cliffhanger.
Which could probably be, it could be, or turn out to be one of the probably worst cliffhangers we'll ever see.
Oh man,
Keanu Mundy's gonna
it's
show up.
be-
Hey, watch, he's
what's
gonna
happen
die.
is fucking Discount Ezra Miller is gonna die, and May is gonna take her place underneath fucking green lady.
I mean, at this point, aren't they going to figure out it's a green lady and like try and kill her? Something's got to happen. I mean, if they don't figure out who the master is, maybe the green lady or not, then this
Yeah.
show is dumb. It's like, dude, what?
Well, and we don't know if it's gonna be May. It could be May or OSHA. I mean, they're both having conflicts, so it could be either one of them. Really,
Same actor.
Yeah, but from a character perspective, they may both decide, well, I want to do it. Well, no, I
not
want
only
to
that,
I
but,
think
like,
at the end of the fucking day, they're both going to become official Jedi. They're gonna,
and fight the Green Lady.
no, but like, he's
the
right.
Green Lady's going to
like,
turn a new leaf. Like I was wrong.
Like in the end, they're gonna have a celebration like at the end of episode 1 on Naboo. Hey!
No, at the end, they're gonna have the tattoos that the other one has. Yeah, they're gonna get their matching tattoos.
yeah. That's what they're gonna do. It's gonna be fucking ridiculous. Like, okay, and then
And
season
Kathleen
2,
Kennedy's just gonna kind of like come in like, yeah,
yeah, she's gonna be in the background, like, yum num.
yeah, no. Oh my god, that was such a better song.
Oh, yeah, but you're right. They changed that song because he was trying to wrap things up.
Wrap it up because he had no plans to doing 7, 8, and 9 yet.
He's like, by the way,
He had no
He's
plans.
he's like, by the way, I got these treatments for the next one.
They're
okay,
okay.
They're like, this is great. Okay,
And they put him in. They're like, oh, it went in the paper shredder.
oh, that was his.
He's
That
like-
was the only copy.
That was the
It's
only
okay.
copy, no backups, because he
George,
he was like,
don't worry.
I penned that myself with a quill.
The quill. They're like, don't worry, George. We got J.J. Abrams.
We got you
He comes
covered.
highly recommended from Steven Spielberg.
I think.
Where
I
is
know
he?
that-
Where has this guy even been? Didn't DC pay him like
Oh, I
$300
know.
million?
He's laughing his ass off on a fucking yacht
he
somewhere.
is an executive producer of the Cape Crusader cartoon.
That's
And-
old.
That's
What
all.
is he doing now?
Fucking
Yeah, because that's fucking old. That shit's been done.
Because I mean I'm sorry, that's not worth whatever that he was. It was a massive
500
contract.
million.
That was huge.
And
That's
he didn't do
fucking-
shit.
No,
And there's probably a clause in the contract that he didn't have to give it back.
probably, yeah.
He's protected.
Hey, he did it though, man. He got paid. He got his paper. He's like
He got
paid.
I
paid.
mean, I don't hate him for that. I mean, fuck.
No, I'm
doing the
not
same
hating on
thing.
him. I was just curious where the guy's been. I mean, he got paid all that money, and
He can't resurface because then people are gonna like call him out. Like, hey,
like,
what have
what
you
have you
been
been
doing, bitch? Where's the dark fucking Justice League?
hey, I'm still working on that script. It's still in the works. Still in the works.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Gunn's like,
got
oh
notes-
no,
I got
no,
notes
we're
from,
good. I just spoke with him actually.
And he just gave me his notes. James Gunn just gave me his notes.
He's putting Peacemaker in it now,
And his wife.
Look at-
and his wife.
Did you guys lock the episode?
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
did like
covered
the
that.
episode. It was very good.
Well, he went live when we were streaming because he was doing
okay,
a
got it.
tier list. So,
Oh.
but guys, we have 83 watching. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on X. We'll be live every week to watch the new episode of The Boys season 4. And next week we'll be watching episode 6. So we only have 3 episodes left. It's on
That'll be
par
it
with
for
the
the rest of the
Acolyte.
year.
We go
Oh,
from
God.
the Acolyte. to
I'm
The
so glad
Boys.
we don't have a watch party for Acolyte.
I
Oh,
almost
have to
feel like there
pause it.
should be one. 'cause
You'd
Yeah,
have
we
to
didn't-
pause it like every 5
Andre
seconds.
mentioned that.
Yeah,
it was
I was like,
2 weeks ago.
but-
Like,
Oh my god!
What sucks is that I work nights, so like by the time
Yeah.
when Sean
And
and I,
I
can
wouldn't
watch
be
it,
able
like,
to
at
see it
night.
because I think it drops at like 2 a.m. for me,
yeah.
right? Because
No,
it drops at midnight for you
It
guys. right?
drops at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays, Easter,
Yeah.
or 6 p.m.
Oh, that's right. Because I did get to watch it on Tuesday. Okay, so that's not a thing. They don't do that midnight bullshit.
No, so for the boys, it'd be because you're East Coast,
It's
right?
midnight,
I'm
midnight,
Central.
Okay, so 2 a.m. then for you.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
Ryan's like, I get to watch the Acolyte at prime time. Let's go.
If you remember, we almost did the first. Was it the first week? We which we didn't, but we almost did the first 3 episodes, which would have put us at like almost 4 a.m. if we would have done that.
Yeah, fucking Sean was like, let's just do all
I was
3 of
like,
them. I'm
let's do it.
I know. I was sitting there trying to egg him on because I knew
was like, I'm
Andre
not
didn't
fucking
want to
doing
do
that.
it.
Yeah, like right after the yeah,
Andre
right after
told me, he was like, I don't want to stay up
Seriously.
that late. I was like, no, it'd be a great idea. You should.
Yeah, I was like,
right
no,
after the
it's
fourth-
not. And
he
then I
was
ended up telling
convinced.
him, I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I was like, let's do it tomorrow. I was fucking tired. I was like, dude,
Yeah,
I can't do this.
he
I
was
can't.
convinced as the 4 nerds was when we were ending the 4 nerds, but once we got offline, he was like, man, maybe he was down to 2 episodes, and then within 5 minutes, he's like, man, I'm so tired. I can't even do 2
I
episodes.
was like, I can't even do this right now.
I was
Fuck
like,
this.
I got
Yeah.
I was like, I got 2 monsters in me. I'm opening the third. Let's do it. Let's go. Then we'll watch Joker.
He's all, Sean, there's a bear behind you. It's not a bear, Droga. It's a Wookiee
it's a
Jedi.
Wookiee.
Jedi.
It's a Wookiee on tip
He's
B.
sleeping. He's sleeping with a slash across his belly fur. And what's funny is that, like,
poor
when
guy.
she sees it, she turns him around and it's still singeing. Like, you ever hear it? I was like, oh, he just did this.
It was
And
fresh.
I'm sure the director's cut of this episode is her probably eating his dinner that he just got done cooking. Did you know he didn't have time to eat that dinner?
No, I think Smilo Ren ate the dinner. He's like,
Or
well, I'm
Smilo
gonna
Ren
do
ate
this.
it. That'd have been funny. Smilo Ren
I haven't had a
sitting outside
home
on a
cooked meal
boulder.
in years.
Smilo Ren sitting outside on a rock eating it. and then
Greenhead
all the
lady
Jedi, all the
doesn't feed
Jedi
me.
walks up to him.
Somebody was like, "Oh, he's gonna be one of the Knights of Ren." Like, no, he's not. He's just he's just a dude. And he's like,
He's the
use my powers.
apprentice. He's not a master. He's not.
What if it turns out he just
The
what if
Wookiee
it's
Jedi.
what if it's
Wookiee
as sim-
Jedi.
what if
Tuckered
it's as
out.
simple as he just happened to find a red saber, found a helmet, and said, "Oh, look at this dark like shirt thing I can wear. This robe." I'll
He's
put
a
this on."
cosplayer, and I was
Yeah,
talking.
exactly.
I was talking to Andre about the
He's
fucking.
a cosplayer.
I was talking about him about the fucking flashlight that she threw on his back, and I was like, "Bitch, if that had been fucking Vader or Darth Maul, they would have fucking force pulled that shit and fucking crushed that shit right away." Like,
What?
fuck you, that's stupid. The flashlight on his back.
Oh, I know. And so here's what I was talking about earlier. The Acolyte showrunner Leslie Headland says that they threw everything into season 1. Yeah, I bet. But that there are 4 to 5 major mysteries and plot points that have
The
to
mystery is where's the fucking story?
that have to get hit in season 2. So I look forward to working on that. But right now, I haven't.
Well, then
Let's
she's-
hope you don't.
Yeah, because it's same
This
like
is the
Ryan
highlight of the
Johnson's
show.
trilogy. That bitch isn't gonna fucking happen. Acolyte's not gonna happen.
The Sith who laughs.
The Sith who laughs.
That's what it is.
Smilo Ren. And why does this guy fucking wear gloves? I don't get it.
I don't know.
No.
Who knows? It's cold out. It's cold out.
It's cold. Yeah, he's
And
the only one.
then-
He's like, my fingers cold.
I think it's a code.
Just to show it off, art by Ryan Zieverfeld, discount Ezra Miller. It's funny
It's
because
been making the rounds.
it's still making the
It's been.
rounds. It was funny as I posted something about discount Ezra Miller, and somebody was like, someone was like, "I'm not the only one who calls him that." Yes, the people are saying it, man. He looks
It's
just
there.
like
There's a
Ezra
lot of
Miller.
people that are saying it online. I'm finding out because when I was watching the episode, I think episode 2 or whatever, when they were talking, and
This is the one I put out today. And everyone else pissed off at me.
that's the Sith Lord right
Or
there.
you have discount Ezra Miller than cosplay Ezra Miller.
Where was it? It's Ryan. But no, there's a lot of shit talking that was going on here.
Of
This guy's
course,
"What?
because,
I graded bitch lesbo." Like, oh my god.
Oh.
It's like, calm down, dude. There was something that was in here about it. I can't find it. But oh, you know what? It was a quote tweet, so never mind. I'll have to find it. But yeah, it's just crazy, man. I don't get it. Well, guys, that's gonna wrap things up. The green chick, yes, she is Leslie Headland's wife,
And that's why she has
so
such a
that's
prominent
like
role.
if Ryan was redoing his movie Rising Threat, he would have
Andre
made,
would be the star.
he would make his wife the lead or the villain.
Andre would be my number one Jedi. I'd
Yeah,
make him do
and
flips.
his lead is a girl. So if you it was a girl.
It was a girl before I had to replace her.
All right, guys. So make sure that you check out Nicotina.net. Memberships are available. You can support the channel by becoming a member on the website at Nicotina.net, or you can become a member on YouTube or join us over on the Patreon. They're all excellent ways to help support the channel. Other than that, check out Sean's account on X. Check out Zever Comics on YouTube,
Right
on
there.
Twitter, on Instagram, all that shit.
Check us out.
I think the dog wants to go for a walk. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he's probably getting thirsty.
Yeah,
At
I'm gonna
least-
go
at
eat
least
dinner. I'm hungry. I'll see you guys later. Until
Bye,
next
guys.
week, guys.
Later.
Peace.